For my first Wailing Caverns deck, I'm going to be playing some Evolve Shaman, because it got a couple pretty cute new tools. The first of those obviously is going to be the Primal Dungeoneer, that draws a spell, and if it's a nature spell, you also draw an elemental. So for our spells, all we're playing is Lightning Bloom, which is a nature spell. We draw that, and then we always draw Cage Match Custodian. And then when we always draw Cage Match Custodian, then we can draw the Bogspine Knuckles. So between 2 Bogspine Knuckles, 2 Cage Match Custodian to draw the Bogspine Knuckles, and 2 Dungeoneer to draw the Cage Match Custodian, it's like playing 6 copies of the weapon, so the deck gets very consistent. And then we're also playing 1 copy of Selfless Sidekick, another thing that can pull the weapon from our deck. And if we do pull the weapon with the Sidekick, then we can immediately evolve this into an 8-drop, which is pretty good. Other than that, the only new card I'm playing is going to be Meeting Stone. It's just something we can play on turn 1. It generates minions for us to play either on curve or just like later on to evolve. And it also keeps our hand full for Derailed Coaster, which is nice. Everything else in the deck I think is pretty straightforward, just good Shaman cards, things that summon things to evolve. Hog Rancher, I guess, is a sort of new card that I'm playing as well. And I'm also playing 2 copies of Carnival Clown. We don't have any way to corrupt them other than like 10 mana Golem with Kazakus or maybe something off Instructor Fireheart. But when you evolve 3 clowns into 10 drops, that's just kind of fine. You don't really need to corrupt it. So yeah, let's take it for a spin, see how it goes.
And soon, one of us will kneel.
Clown is definitely too expensive. Is it, though? Because Primal Dungeoneer always draws Bloom. I have Coin, so I can just play Clown on 6 after a turn 5 weapon. I think I keep Clown off my mulligan. Is that crazy? Found a turn 1 play as well, nice. This looks like it would be Divine Shield. Nice. Could tell just by the art. So I also picked up this Derailed Coaster. That means maybe I can like coin weapon on 4. And then Coaster on 5, save Clown for 7.
You don't scare me.
I guess it makes sense to just play this here. I'll go Dungeoneer next turn and then probably just double Custodian on the following turn. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going for the line of play that involves 3 10 drops on turn 6. Inara is really strong here. I probably just waste one of my weapon charges to kill Inara, which is sad, but the follow-up's good. Hopefully I'm not putting too much faith in the Clown, but I think it seems very reasonable that it could just win the game. Another Clown. Okay, the rabbit's a low roll, but the 10/10s are very nice.
Guess what dropped?
Oh, they found lethal.
Rastakan versus Anduin. I will protect the alliance. You stand before King Rastakan.
Do I even just hard keep Bogspine Knuckles ever? I have so many ways to pull it out of the deck. I probably do just keep it though, and since I have it, I'll keep Mankrik. I guess it makes sense to play the Cage Match Custodian here. So if I play Mankrik, next turn I have 4 mana. Maybe it's better to go Dungeoneer into Custodian Wandmaker.
Nature waits for no one but me.
We also pick up a Lightning Bloom that could be useful at some point.
You don't pick the wrong seed.
Some more.
Alright, looks like I get to make a nice evolve here. And then if the opponent clears this board, I follow up with double Pitmaster and just get a bunch more minions again. So it feels like I'm in a pretty good spot. After I play a beast, add a random beast in my hand. Bogstruck Clacker's probably a beast, right? Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. My follow-up to this is just weapon. Let's go all in. What's the worst that could happen going all in? Soul Mirror? Another against all odds?
So chaos.
Oh, that's pretty good. The Disguise Wanderer is good as well. Disguise Wanderer actually means that I just win if the opponent plays Soul Mirror. Six in play, 8 from hand. So I don't have lethal.
You don't pick
Let's just
the wrong
evolve some stuff with a weapon here. Probably don't play any shadow spells. This is a shadow spell, but it costs 0, so it doesn't work. Cool. That means I have a minion that can attack, so Nightmare is good. Looks like Nightmare will not be good enough, though. I think I'm pretty down to just play Clown here. And then I guess that means I'm playing Primordial Studies as well. Steward of Scrolls can maybe pick up lethal damage. Jesus Christ, I got 2 rabbits. That's so bad.
Share your thoughts with the class now.
Well, I have Ysera Awakens in my hand, so if they just play that in hero power, they're not dead. But it's kind of hard to imagine them recovering with this hand. I definitely don't want to play Mutanus, that's for sure. Do I want to raise dead and give my opponent cards from my deck? I mean, it's not even just from my deck, it's stuff that's died too. Could give them Dark Moon Rabbit. Probably just play this. Could play Body of Cthulhu and then they can never play Cthulhu, but I think we are like really far away from that. Maybe it's good just to get the taunt out of their hand though.
I will not be rushed. Do not conform to
Maybe I should have just played Xyrella so they can't use it against me. What insane card is this gonna draw?
What knowledge do the stars provide?
merely a setback.
This can hit lethal if I hit the buff, which is what, a third of the time? This can hit lethal
My glory.
in several ways. I think Kazakus is just the better bet, and even if I miss, it's still just better tempo. Pretty happy to take a rush here. And it looks like I draw 2 cards.
I will not be rushed. Here for the tour.
I know my opponent can play a 6/6 taunt, but I'm not too scared about the other stuff they had in their hand, as far as I can remember at least. Well, Steward of Scrolls, show me lethal. Oh, that's pretty good. Probably just play that with my Steward. Deal 3 damage. I guess Feral Spirit is the card here.
I have eternity to reach my revenge.
I have a broomstick to push through a taunt, so I'm very unconcerned by that. Yeah, it looks like I should finally have lethal here. This was a struggle, but we got there.
Rastakan versus Garrosh. Victory or death. You stand before King Rastakan.
Definitely don't keep Clown. I could go coin 2 into 2 into 3. Yeah, that's probably good. Maybe I want to save the coin for the weapon, though. In which case, I just toss Wand Maker. Try to find, like, Derailed Coaster. That probably makes more sense. Well, there's a Lightning Bloom, so I kind of want my Clown back. I found a weapon already. Alright, there's the coaster that I was kind of looking for. Not sure how big it'll be on turn 5 with this hand, since I do have 2 weapons and a spell in hand right now. But, I mean, I guess I have 3 turns of likely drawing minions. So I'm up against Control Warrior. I'm not sure how much I need to get out of my weapon charges. Seems like evolving just these 2 minions is probably not going to be good enough. So I think I'll hold a weapon charge next turn. Even though I do intend to coin out the weapon. Make sure to play the weapon my opponent knows about. Taunt minion is annoying, but I think I do just play coaster here and smack.
Here for a good time.
Pretty good overall. It's hard for that thing to pick up a good trade. I think I just hold the charge. The poisonous minion's pretty good. The egg is reasonable against board clears. Seems okay. This is the rush, I believe. Yes. Very nice. I had 2 0/2s and my opponent killed the one I didn't want them to kill. Oh, this ended up being better, actually. Coaster is definitely good enough to get my weapon charge.
Here for a good time.
Alright. I got another ring matron somehow. Big turtle. Oh, I do have a patient assassin for that. God, that's insane. Oh, and there's clown for my last weapon charges. I probably do just use one of the weapon charges here, and then have clown as the backup.
Goodbye.
So we kill this. Pretty sure the frenzy doesn't go off since it doesn't survive. I probably don't really need this 2 damage. So I can evolve the clacker into a 4. I think I'd rather evolve some shitters. Like this owl. Oh no. Tyrion is low-key kind of bad. Because then I can't evolve my clowns. How could I be so unlucky to evolve my 4/4 into a Tyrion? Beautiful. Alright, so I played 10 games with this deck and went 5-5, so nothing super exciting, but it was reasonably good. The Primal Dungeoneer is obviously just a very good addition to the deck, and I think playing just the Lightning Blooms is the way to go, because it lets you, like, cheat out Sidekick and Carnival Clown just so consistently, being able to consistently draw into the Blooms. Selfless Sidekick itself, I wasn't super impressed with. I tried playing 2 of them, but I think it just ended up being too much with only 2 weapons. It's a pretty reasonable card. I think it may not make the final cut in this deck. One card that I'm pretty sure doesn't make the final cut is Meeting Stone. This card just seems really, really mediocre to me. It's very easy for the opponent to kill it. The things you get off of it just aren't that strong. I think we could probably do better than the Meeting Stone somehow. The only thing I can really think of to replace the Meeting Stones is Spawn Pool Foragers. Seems like you probably want an early game tempo thing, but there's really just not that much to choose from. And Spawn Pool Forager is a reasonably good card. But yeah, the core of what the deck is trying to do, which is play Bogspine Knuckles on turn 5 every single game, seems pretty strong. There may be some improvements that can be made to the deck, but I do think our options are somewhat restricted by the Primal Dungeoneer.